Here, Kezu, how ready are you? 12 out of 7. Hello, because I'm not ready. Now you are. There we go. Hi, we're live. This is Nouns versus the team name that I can't pronounce, but Dubu plays on it, so it's very cool. And yeah, so today, different broadcasting than usual. It's Kezu and
Special
myself.
cast.
Special cast, in so many meanings and ways. But yeah, we do have a lower bracket final to play. The winner does go up against Shopify in the grand finals. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to be simple. I'm just going to go straight to the game. None of this asking you how it is. And there you go, boss. So, what's your thoughts, mate?
Thank you, T-Guff. Great introduction.
Thank you.
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking, by the way.
No,
So we have I don't really know how to pronounce. I think it's Yang Ji Ganlu. So yeah, I will refer to them as the Dubu team.
The Dubu team, yes.
And they're playing against Mr. Nouns. Last time, Dubu team played against Spotify Rebellion. It didn't look so hot, which was just yesterday. So hopefully, they could do some cooking with maybe a coach that they have, which I don't know. But having been a coach yourself, T-Governor, what would you tell Dubu?
What I tell Dubu is you are one of the best fives in the world. One of the best fives, or the best five potentially in, I'd say, North America. So do what you do best and pick Enchantress and win every single lane. But unfortunately, it's been banned. So that can't happen.
All right, great advice.
Thank you.
The one advice you give him, he can't do. The rest was good,
I was looking at, I was making sure, okay, just to be clear, right? This was my first ever time stream. I do apologize, but I will be doing the production-y stuff, the observing, plus, all this. So I'm just going to put it out there. If there's any problems with this stream, in no way is it ESL. It's me just being, a first timer trying my best. So I'm going to take the fall already. But no, what's your opinion on, before we talk draft, let's talk just teams and stuff. With Yang, they used to play with Atlantic on the mid lane, the British player, and then they kind of shifted away. What's your opinion on like the previous iteration of this team to this iteration? If you've seen them at all, of course. I don't know if you followed North America recently.
I mean, I've not seen them too much. I feel like they didn't even look poorly before. I feel like Atlantic is a pretty good player in himself. The only thing that is, I think, pretty cool about this team is the fact that RCY, I don't know where I casted him. It was maybe last year or in some other DPC season. And I also just checked that this guy is very, very young. He's like 16 or 17. And I think he has like some older type guys in the team with Dubu. Like I've played with Dubu. This guy is very smart. He's very nerdy. He like reminds me of Heen in a way. So I think when you have like these type of you have the young kids on the block, with kind of the old goobers, your Sebs, your Dubos. It's a good recipe.
No, I like that. Let's have a look. Oh God. I feel like at this point I'm just looking at Ember Spirit and all I see is Mage Slayer being screaming at me. I've played enough games in the last week to know that Mage Slayer is just obnoxious and it's just too much to deal with. It's a cheap build up. You have all this magic resist plus your flame guard. You can tank pretty much all these cheap spells. Yeah. Any like damage buff to you, you then take over like the early game because they can run behind towers, slight. That's why Venge naturally feels pretty good here with the Wave of Terror. But it's a very poke heavy kind of draft. These two heroes already.
Yeah, I mean one thing. I've played enough pubs and I think we've seen enough games that everyone that has at least a little bit of a brain knows that Ember plus Mage Slayer is too good. Mage Slayer is overpowered. Let's just put it straight. I would still like to just see this hero kind of get dumpstered in the lanes. Like if it were to go mid, which is most likely where it's going to go, that he either needs to be hard countered in the lane or you do something where in the mid game, even if he has Mage Slayer, if you catch him out, like this hero just needs to die. Because you say it already, you have your Side of Fist, you have your Wave of Terror. People are going to get like just, poked to death over like 15, 20 seconds. I don't want to see this hero just have a free game. Because so far the games I've seen, he's always had a free game. And then he's way too good.
And by free lane, you're obviously meaning shutting him down in lane, or you mean more just having that kill potential throughout the mid game? What do you prefer between the two options?
I mean, actually, if you can do both, that's pretty sick. But you need to do one or the other. Like, I don't know if you still can easily just like run some what have you. It's like some Huskar, some ODs, or even like Meepo. I think makes this hero pretty damn unplayable when it comes to like the mid lane. Have the double net, you're annoying against them in the lane. Like I'm looking for these type of heroes. Like not some soft answers, Not some, we'll deal with him in the mid game. No, like make his life hell.
Yeah. And I don't know if Yang are currently doing that right now with their picks. And I see like now they go for a Troll Warlord. They picked it after seeing obviously the 3 heroes on Yang. So like laning wise, very good. You also can go for the Ags on Troll, so you don't really care too much about like the CM aspect later down the line. And I'm just seeing like really strong pairings, right? Like in any lane now, it's like Venge plus Troll has kill threat. Techies plus Ember or Troll has kill threat. You bring both supports to mid lane, again, a lot of kill threat. So everything we're mentioning about you want to shut down Ember through laning phase or kind of those early moves and stuns, like Nouns are covering that by having a lot of that potential themselves. And it's just, I feel like it's going to be super skirmishy. Like both of these lineups want to run into each other. I do favor Nouns slightly right now because of just they have a slight more like kind of save aspect as well built in with the Venge and like the mobility side of things. But still, a couple picks left to go for Yang to kind of round this out. Of course, Void's already banned out from the first phase, so you can't go for a kind of defensive style of carry in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, right now I think that both teams have nice pairings. I think what Yang need or Mr. Dubu team is at least a hero that the 2 supports can play through, because you were mentioning like Nouns have like, I think they have like the better 3-man ball, right? You've got the Ember, Venge, Techies, easy slide chains into some follow-up. I think now they can kind of try to copy it with the Storm. You have some Hoodwink follow-up, some CM. I would still kind of favor Nouns, which I think is not a great side or like not really a great sign for Yang, because they're not even the ones that have last pick. Like if you get to this stage and you prefer the second pick team already in this draft order, it's not the best.
I think one saving grace is they did kind of answer your question about playing with a hero, right? Like the Storm does give moves to make. There isn't the best team fight right now in Nouns. I think the team fight kind of leans more towards Yang's side just because you have like the RP aspect. But everyone else in the game is fully skirmishing. It's like a lot of like cheap stones that you throw around. There isn't like a hero that you kind of like play around. It's just about kind of momentum and that regard. And of course, Storm can exploit that if you get a good game. There's 2 melee cores in position 1 and 2. So the eventual Ags timing with the shard from the Storm Spirit with RP, like you expect the spells to connect, but can they survive to 30 plus minutes when their early damage is all about doing well in lanes? Because if their lanes don't go well, Hoodwink CM, like they don't scale into the game. They're kind of, I feel like snowbally type supports where if you get like a quick ATOS on Hoodwink, if you get to like level 10 with your HP talent on CM, able to tank a bit more, like the heroes become more than what they usually are, right? But if they get shut down, they aren't like the best comeback supports.
Yeah, and I think now as well, it's very important that, I think especially Yang, that they end up with a carry that, because a lot of Dota right now is how much can you like help your mid laner eventually at some point with, I've not seen this hero too much recently. I guess Medusa's kind of a self-sustaining carry in a way, where eventually like your supports can move, because this game is good. It's gonna be a clutch fest in the mid lane. First active rune, second active rune, bring all your supports to mid, and I think right now Nouns have like they have a pretty good setup, right? Your troll against Magnus, your support can easily like just screw off minute 4 or 5, do whatever he wants. Now you get last pick against some Medusa, which if I'm an offlaner, I see Medusa and I have last pick, honestly, I feel pretty chill. I feel like there's 18 gillion options where I'm like, yeah, I'm chilling, I'm free farming, you can go play for mid.
Yeah, it's also like Troll can buy like Disperser if he wants to, like Diffusal Disperser. It isn't the most like unnatural item for him to buy. It would change his build potentially, where I think Battle Fury is the natural farming item. He could do some like hybrid Maelstrom-y, Diffusal, BKB kind of Miona kind of route, but it's not unheard of that he can go for it. And yeah, instead they just go for Invoker. So now they have EMP to deal with the Deucer. They also have EMP to at least annoy Storm in laning phase, and it's going to be an offlane Ember Spirit, because of course Gunnar was the mid laner, now moved to offlane, and we did see, I believe, heroics. Yay! We saw heroics. We saw heroics with the Vilama try the offlane Ember. I can't remember if they won or lost the game, but
they won that game.
They won it. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me guess, Mage Slayer or what
I mean, yeah. What else are you gonna buy on this hero?
Yeah, that's true. All right, fair enough.
I mean, at least you get the Stormstormer last pick Invoker, which, yeah, you know, I would say it's a pretty cool Invoker game. I do think it gives, like, it helps their draft out, like, pretty nicely. But I do think it means that you don't really address Sedusa in the lane, but they have pretty good answers against her in the game, right? You already mentioned you've got the EMP. You can kind of play around it, but I think if you're Yang and you ended up picking this Medusa in this slot, I don't think you feel too bad about seeing this last pick here from Nouns.
And in regards to laning setups, are we expecting just the Venge Ember to go into the offlane together? Is there a world where they go into another lane and then you put like Troll Techies fighting up into the Dusa? Or do you expect it to be standard? Because I think, of course, like Techies Troll, super potent, Venge Ember, super potent. Do you think there's any room for creativity there, or?
I think there's probably just default lanes. I think there's still room in Dota where people could experiment again, or a little more when it comes to like some aggro tri-lane or doing some shenanigans when it comes to that. But I think this time around it should be pretty chill. And I think if you're if you're the Medusa and the what's their safe gonna be, like Medusa CM, I think you're pretty happy against the Ember Venge lane. Like, first of all, Venge, sure, they have like Sleight of Fist, Wave of Terror. You're mainly playing against Poke. But you're two high-range heroes, I don't think you're gonna care at all. So I'm expecting Medusa to have a very good, at least like, first 10 minutes in this game.
Nice. And happy to tell, guys, my config for observing, it miraculously started working. So we're cooking, boys.
Let's go.
We're working. I advise you, Kazu, to work off your own feed. Don't work off my feed, but yeah.
Don't worry, I already tapped in just now.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's fine. It's all good. But no, yeah. Both heroes just chilling. Nothing crazy. I honestly excited when we eventually get a patch that shifts away from the standard. Everyone hugs each other for runes and does all this type of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I feel like hard right now because first of all, I feel like the map is so like open and big that teams rely. I feel like you kind of fully rely on your mid laner to eventually like break open the game, right? And they're also like the first heroes that are strong. Then you help them, and only because they get a rune, they can then make moves. So honestly, I'm kind of with you. I don't know how they will do it. I feel like the last few Dota patches have been pretty good. You know, I think the frog has been cooking because 2 years ago I was not of this opinion.
Yeah. I feel like with the new patch as well, it kind of became one of those things where no one cared about going for the big contest. It was always like everyone splits 50-50. And then one team kind of created that meta of let's smoke as 5. And it kind of adopted into the whole 5 people stand on one ground, 5 people invade, blah, blah, blah. Fights continue, right? So yeah, we'll see how it unfolds, right? But I honestly am so excited to maybe see a shift in that.
Well, you might have to wait at least a little bit for that. But I think when it comes to their early laning, I feel like most lanes should be pretty happy. Like when I look at Nouns' safe lane as well, I think they should be pretty happy. You've got some Troll Techies lane. Like again, you're kind of chilling. Mid is somewhat Storm against Invoker lane.
Yeah.
I feel like they're kind of both chilling too. So most people should get off to like a pretty happy and dandy start.
Yeah, I would be surprised if either matchup really just kind of blew open the lead, right? It's more like a quick kill as I continue learning how to observe as the game unfolds.
You use your mouse and you move it.
Yeah.
We'll get get to it.
Yeah, we'll get there. No, that's all good. Let's go back to the lane. Here you go. This is unheard of characteristics, but it does the safety bubble on Medusa still do silly stuff where it doesn't pop until.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure after that Reddit thread it received, it should have been changed. We'll get back to it in like 6 minutes when it drops, potentially.
Yeah. We'll circle back to this idea.
Oh
God, no!
I definitely got that kill. JK,
Bro, you baited me. Yeah, no, I baited myself. I didn't look at it. Okay, so we're not currently 0-1 on the kills, but it's fine. It's all good. Yeah, Hoodwink, of course, died in the bot lane. Did die down to the aggression of level 2 timing of Techies plus Troll. It's expected to be occurring as we see mid lane. Just a little bit of poking as well. But yeah, I feel like you said, it's really just going to be even farm across the board. I think kill threat, I am leaning towards Nouns across the lanes. So I am going to have to look across that a little bit more. But
I mean, I do think that I touched on it before that both safe lanes should be very happy, simply because it's like some double ranged matchups against like 1 melee or like 1.5 melee. So overall, I think both of them will be pretty happy. But then the fact is that one is Troll, who's aggressive by nature, and the other one is Medusa. Like you're just gonna, if you're Medusa, you're kind of just chilling. You get any free kills, yeah, you'll take them, but they're not really ever happening that easily.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I honestly feel like I'm becoming a play-by-play, having to do the observing. I'll be real with you, Kazu. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat this. It's actually quite an art form, being able to do it all at one time.
I mean, that's what I thought too, because you have to move your camera. You have to like look around. You also have to speak and try to make sense. But
yes,
what if I just start blabbing too? Like you have to at least
it's
somewhat try to or pretend to listen as well.
I downloaded this like JJ config or something to learn how to do it,
Yeah.
and like auto camera, like I'm not controlling anything right now. This is all the, like
Oh,
this is the
really?
program doing it. But then I have to hide. It's weird.
Honestly, that's pretty good. No?
It's pretty good. No, I'm not complaining. Like this is high tech stuff, but yeah, I need to learn how to like influence it a bit more. But we'll get there. By game 2, we'll get there. For now, neither team really pulling ahead, doing anything crazy, so I'm allowed to learn the hard way. And of course, mid lane, honestly, it's very even. Like we've not really seen either person pull ahead. I think no one's really expecting to pull ahead in this matchup, right? It's 2 high ranged heroes that just push out their waves and chill. And
Yeah, I think you're mostly just chilling for both sides. I think there's a way for Invoker to pull ahead, and probably he should, and he currently is. He just has like a little bit of a damage advantage. But I think most importantly, what's going to happen in this mid lane is what can the supports do at like minute 5, minute 6, first nighttime. You know, who's going mid, who's getting the active rune, can we take it away from Storm, can we give it to Stormer? And it looks like they already want to go mid in the first place.
Yeah, the Techies is already kind of to the side here, right? He's looking to bully out. He secures the bottom rune. Stormer, again, Invoker doesn't really need runes, so just taking them away from the Storm Spirit is more important than actually getting them for yourself. Yeah, the Yang not really providing any support to Storm Spirit yet. There's also, I believe, no stacks made yet. So yeah, as you see here, no stacks made. So yeah, nothing really helping accelerate. Of course, it's only 4 minutes into the game, but we'll see if either team look to utilize their jungle at any point in the upcoming minutes.
This is like already kind of a big deal. I think if you're RCY here on the Storm, you have to go to base at least once for like the 6-minute rune. Like when the first rune spawns and you're not fighting ready on like on the mid laner in either HP or mana, it's kind of worthless for your supports to come mid anyway. Like they stole his water rune, now he gets EMP'd. It's gonna get EMP'd again, so I think Nouns are kind of off to a good start here.
Yeah, especially because it's like, not only have they shut him down, but you know that this 6-minute rune that you're mentioning, it isn't going to allow him to farm forwards, right? He's not going to suddenly get a haste rune and try and kill a side lane. It's, I'm sipping this haste rune just to recover to get back into my matchup. And that should allow the side lanes from Nouns to continue thriving and to continue applying that pressure. As CS-wise, everyone's very even. It slightly feels like Nouns will be able to kind of enter the fighting state just a little bit more based on this mid lane matchup.
Because right now, the game still feels like a little bit. I mean, I don't know if stale is the right word, like, but in the next 1 to 2 minutes, if you're like looking what's happening, there's a lot of like room for the game to kind of explode in Nouns' favor. Like suddenly Invoker can move around, because look at the dire cores, Medusa, Magnus. They're not gonna move around and do anything for their cores, so it's very important that they can play through their Storm in some capacity.
Yeah, let me see a little bit of a CM going for the ward. I'm going to have to rebind this key at some point, but it's fine. We'll do that in game 2.
Right, so Fly TP'd mid as well, so they're ready.
Regen top.
Oh, he got 6.
Come on, Leonard. Take it away.
Holy combo.
Oh, yeah, we have to be casting. Sorry, yeah. So RCY did get shot down there. Didn't get the regen rune. I actually forgot that we were casting for a second. I just thought we were 2 lads just playing the game. Talking shot, but yeah, Fly and CM, everyone came mid, but yeah, Storm's not gonna get it. But the issue here is Storm just not getting the rune, right? Exactly what we mentioned, the fact that Storm is at no point active on the map. I promise I'll attempt to play by play next time. I think we should probably workshop it and we maybe share the load a little bit, but it's fine.
Let's workshop it.
Or we let the Dota speak for itself. But yeah, RCY is currently walking back to base and having quite a miserable time. But if we tune into Troll real quick, on the flip side, he's having a jolly good time, right? He is looking to go for that Battle Fury, then a Sanjin Yasha after the fact, based on his quick buy. And he is one of the carries that likes to lock onto a Medusa, right? Medusa is a core that likes to stand her ground. She likes to buy like Manta Butterfly. And then Troll on the flip side, he likes to farm like a Medusa, but he also likes to itemize to go against a Medusa. Like he likes to buy MKB. He likes to, you know, buy like early BKBs to make sure he can really lock onto that one hero. So it's more about how can they utilize their kind of cheap items, the Force, the Glimmers, to keep this Medusa positioned in a way that Troll is kind of kited away from his team and then, you know, killed off after the fact.
I think Yuma is definitely going to be off to a good start. I don't really see anything stopping him, apart from maybe RCY getting some plays going later. Stormer looks like he's... like they're kind of poking up top already. They know Storm doesn't have TP, so it's a pretty easy play. Let's see you later, Dubu.
Oof. Farewell. Oh, Storm, he's looking for more. I say that. Oh, even Yuma TP's in. Okay, everyone comes top for a second. Bar Techies does find Yamson.
I mean, that's just
Quite the death.
Oh, JK. Snake into mana boots.
Is Mana Boots a common item on Medusa? I've not seen, in all my games recently, I've not seen a single Medusa in like 50, 60 games now. So is Mana Boots something that we see more often now, or?
I saw Medusa like 2 or 3 times. This is the first time I see Mana Boots. So I don't know if
Right.
he's up to some new tech or he is on some stuff.
Because Mana
But
Boots, you
it's
can't...
definitely one or the other. I don't think there's a middle ground on this one.
It's not like you disassemble it either, right? Like, it's not like an item that becomes something else down the line. It's just...
You can't even disassemble it, so yeah.
Yeah,
no.
that's... And what, is he going Greaves? Like...
No,
No.
I guess it's just apparently he wanted it for the lane and perhaps the tankiness is too good. But
Sure.
I don't know. I'm just gonna believe for now that he knows what he's doing. Gunner.
Makes sense.
Okay, nice chains. EMP.
Has
Easy
it
earn.
been?
Dubu once again, see you later.
Slight change up in 4 seconds. They're collapsing onto Medusa again. Yamson just by himself. Where's the team? He's screaming on mic, but no one's there. It does feel like Nouns are setting the pace in the game, but there's not reacting, right? And this is the issue of an offlane Magnus. Like, offlane Magnus doesn't want to join scraps early on, right? He wants to kind of like AFK farm his Blink Dagger, then get the guys around him. As Stormcloak keeps poking in. I think that's just going to be the story of Nouns games right now. You got Techies, you got Invoker, you got Venge. Just keep throwing your heroes around the map and just kind of slowly closing out the farm. This Dusa, what, 0-2-0 now. Mana Boots. Yeah, not really got much of a game.
I think the mana boots don't seem too inspiring.
No.
But yeah, I think for as Lelis, I mean they're just playing nicely together right now. Magic missile, some tornado, cold snaps,
Big Bushwhack.
earn
Storm
charge.
jumping
Okay,
in.
here comes RCY.
Okay, flag. Hits the stun. RC, wait! 200 HP, has Fairy Fire as well. Everyone's like, oh, speed's rocked up! High speed!
Oh, swap. Okay, an RP too.
Like, this felt, I don't know, I know this is a team fight, but it feels like everyone's just kind of like, Speed rocked up at the perfect time, I'll give him that one. And the casting didn't do any justice, but yeah, really nice rotation from Speed. He's now catapulted himself to having the Blink Dagger, 200 gold away. And I think for Nouns, the key thing here is like they were always doing well when Ember or Chor was with them to be that kind of melee body. Without the melee body, it is just 3 relatively squishy ranged heroes trying their best to be skirmishing. So yeah, I think we were just praising Nouns on their aggression, but then Speed just perfectly kind of finds that window to get back in. And now when he picks up that Blink Dagger, how is he going to react to it? Especially because Nouns, they're TPing multiple supports to top lane to play behind Gunner, which they, in hindsight, should have been doing this entire time. But it could be into an incredible timing from Dire.
They just
Poor
need to
old
be careful as Dubu. Yeah, he just gets. It's sometimes a sad life of being a CM, but if you're Nouns, they want to continue to. They need to just play on high range. Like last fight, they kind of caught them off guard. Speed came in with a nice timing, as you said. I mean, he has a blink. He's looking on mid. Zip pull, skewer back into potential spells from Mr. MSS.
Invoking the cooldown. Is RC... if RCY died, that would been very awkward. Gunner's even jumping
Remnant.
in for it. He really wants to kill. He has a 1 though. No more remnant. Or 1 more remnant, sorry, but none out. Max range, and there he goes. Alright, no, I'm liking that kind of dynamic 2-man casting. It feels good, but, you know, Speed, he jumps in by himself.
Ooh, leave blast off, baby.
And the tip as well. Mid
Come on, they
tip,
need
Yuma.
that skill on Speed. Let's go. Give me mana, guys. Right,
Give him
Gunner going in
anything.
for more.
1 more click.
Got him.
Easy.
This is, this is the beauty of Dota. I think.
Yeah.
Not just our 2-man casting, but mid player goes off lane. He's like grandmaster nerd here on this Ember. Like, he's making this look like a good hero on the off lane. I'm not sure if it is, but he's 305. He's popping.
I mean, he's commandeered the mid lane now, right? Like, he's taking the tower at minute 12. He's got his Mage Slayer coming out. Like, I think offlane heroes, they technically could be mid-style as long as they play the same way. Like, Ember is a unique hero because of the Mage Slayer build right now. He is going to be a tanky hero as long as he plays with that like concept. Like, if he plays Mage Slayer but farms the offlane the entire game, like, it won't work, right? He needs to have like kind of Topson mindset of, I get 1 item, I live in your jungle, I slight you non-stop. If you come here, I'm here, right? If you kill me, whatever, my carry's farmed. So I like the logic of it. He just needs to continue playing with that the entire time.
Agree. Yeah, because honestly, I think roles are kind of like, they're whatever. Like, you just play your hero according to situation. As Mr. Dubu team, they're looking for something. But Gunner, quick. at least for now.
They know where the remnant is.
Yeah, I mean, they need like a snappy initiation. I think now that you do have the blink on speed, right, you need some blink skewer or like blink RP. You're not gonna get some zip on this Ember and like randomly catch him. That's like the strength of the hero. You do something like half-assed, you're not gonna kill him. You need to be very precise, because they're actually down 5 to 6k gold now. Yuma's got the Battle Fury. This troll is gonna be top net worth for very likely the majority of this entire game.
It's also just like the grouping, right? Like Yang has kind of kept 3 or 4 heroes together now for best part of the game, whilst Nouns have been very split. So it's why the net worth's growing for Nouns. They are jumping onto Lelis. They need to get this kill quick.
Okay, they got that at least for now. Looking on the storm, but
400 mana.
be chilling.
Yeah, he's chilling.
But here comes Gunner.
Howdy!
I'm just making it look... I mean, this is the build. I'm looking at Gunner's items. He's got this Mage Slayer building into the Veil.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, if you're kind of popping and you can't really die, you can just turn the Veil into a Shiva. If you need something defensive, it's a Yules. And I don't know, it just feels like you're kind of playing Overthrow. Like, you keep going in, you know you can't die, you just use some spells off cooldown, you know. You're kind of playing nice, high skill, poking. It's looking good.
Yeah, I like the way they're doing it, right? Especially because he's cushioned by Venge as well, right? Like he can go as far as he wants to go, because at any minute, let's say his Remnant or he's caught by an RP, there's a swap to disengage. So you're always, if playing correctly, you're only sacrificing a support for this Ember to work. And I guess as well to further improve it, it's like if your carry knows that Ember's doing this for the carry,
Watch bottom.
you're good at unboxing bottom, don't worry. He's swapping himself into survivability, and the Hoodwink has the ultimate going out. He's gonna die.
Oh,
no, he's not.
Swing and a miss.
Lela's gone. All right, RCY, this is your time. He dipped in, instantly disarmed. Oh my god, I'm trying to cast now.
Okay,
EMP, you've got no mana, mate. But you got plenty of fans.
The tornado.
Listen, they're killing him. They punished him. Ember shouldn't be able to get out. I'm not watching any of this.
Gunner is
watching
doing
this fight
some
instead.
flip-flopping.
Yeah, I'm flip-flopping as well with the observing. Stole through. Oh! Woo! Nearly dies. I'm so sorry for that. I should have turned off the automatic observing, but it's fine. We got there in the end.
Wait, there's a button you toggle it on and off or what?
Bro, it's so complicated. It's actually really complicated.
Okay, hold. That was okay. He has 20 second ult. He should be fine, especially with the mana boots coming up. Which, yeah, I'm still not convinced. I'll have to wait until the end of the game to make up my mind about these mana boots on the Medusa.
All right, just to give you some insight into observing, by the way, it's basically I'm using WSD to move the camera, but P for some reason is the auto smooth bind. So for some reason I've programmed the smooth bind about 15 keys away from where I actually use the camera. Doesn't matter anyway. Pretty decent fight, I'd say, for Yang. I think at this point, not getting 2 or 3 deaths to your name is pretty good for your team. Like, you kind of want to stabilize the game so that you find like a relative entry. But RCY, he keeps getting jumped, keep getting found. Double stuns. Do they have to follow up damage though? They don't. He zips away. Dubru though. Sacrificial lamb that he is. The position 5 of Dreams.
Lilith. Oh, speed again with a skewer. A Gunner only has 1 remnant.
To the right.
Any more spells?
Yeah. Oh, Yuma's here. Has plenty of mana for his ultimate if they want to. Speed is going to be dying. And 2 supports now for a core and a support.
Oh, strike.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I'm saying, Root. No, Root.
Mana boots. Use your mana boots.
Didn't use the mana boots.
JK, he did, but didn't do anything. All right, another one. I mean, that's a DD troll, my brothers, at 16 minutes. It's, you know, he does hurt.
Sorry, don't you mean amplify damage?
Oh, yeah. My
Thank
bad.
you.
The AD rune, of course.
There we go.
My bad.
Yeah.
League of Legends. I'm an AD carry now.
I thought you were an ability draft player. But no, so far. Well, like, I guess the issue is just the discrepancy of what teams can do, right? Like, one team wants to poke the entire time, and the other team wants to play a very like slow, methodical game, right? Like, Storm wants to hit jungle, Deuce and Mag all want to hit jungle, CM Hoodwink want to win their lanes, but they didn't. So now it is just get run down, get beat upon, and hopefully you find like a big window where you find that clutch RP. So for Nouns, it's be aggressive, be decisive, but know in the back of your mind at any minute, if you get caught by that RP, if your troll does get picked off with his kill streaks going the way of, let's say, Dusa, the game can get a little bit more awkward. But yeah, very much Nouns in the driving seat.
I like how they're doing it, right? They're playing aggressive with like 3 to 4 heroes. Like, they're kind of a ball. And Yuma, he's just kind of soaking, right? Because not only will he farm way more this game, but it also means that he will just come into the fight late. which is that's what you want to do as a carry, unless you have specific timing. So he's just chilling, play safe, like don't feed any useless kills. Let your team like set the tempo, and then you just join late. So their map play right now is honestly very good.
Saying that, he's AFK in the trees, mate. Okay, he's back. But no, as you see from his quick buy, he is looking for that diffusal build that we mentioned during the draft. Naturally very good against Medusa, especially because Dusa is so far behind. Like, we see some Dusa games where she gets butterflied by around 20. Right now, it's looking at, what, 25 on a good day. Dubu, though, not having a very good day as he goes down for the 7th time in the game. Technically did break the rotation so that the core didn't go down.
Space.
Now by the pit,
Space created.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a free roach. They have drums on Lelis. Drums just feel good, especially if you're ahead, if you're winning. You make all these moves, you just get them faster, you kill people quicker. So Roche is just kind of gonna be pretty free, which means your tier 2 towers probably gonna be in shambles very soon.
Roche going down. Again, Diffusal soon can be complete on Troll Warlord. Stormstorm is kind of pivoting now for the kind of the Midas BKB kind of hex range, so they can become that big damage dealing invoker rather than just a constant utility. Meanwhile, Roshan goes down and already Gunner invades the triangle, tries to close off the map. A team that takes Roshan on the top side of the map has already forced the Dire team away from their own jungle. Like, that is the speed in which Nouns are playing to try and shut this down. And Medusa's like, I'll farm my one camp, please. I'll get what I'm allowed.
I mean, even if he does get to this butterfly timing, I'm not too impressed. As for now, he's getting swapped in by Lelis. Does have to pop the stone gaze. Okay, any comebacks? See ya, Lelis.
That's just dead. MSS
Quick
throwing the
turn.
shot. Is he gonna hit it? Oh, sorry, that went all the way off to South America. 1 second.
I'll start paying more attention to Mojo's ults, because I think for now he's been kind of missing those.
Yep. Luckily, I'm so good at I've captured more hoodwink ultimates than I have deaths, by the way, so pretty impressive.
I mean, they're doing very well.
I've improved, I think, slightly, but it's okay. Nouns have improved though in their ability to close out the map post Aegis. They are now hugging each other as 5, technically 4. Venge will be returning shortly, and into Tormentor. Like, this is such a devastating timing, I feel. Like, this is one of the things, in my opinion, I'd like to see maybe change in the future. It's the team that gets the laning phase lead. They invade at 20 minutes. They take away the Watcher, take their own Watcher. So not only have they won with, let's say, a 6k lead or 7k lead, in this game even more, they then get 2 shards for free pretty much, plus maybe even double Wisdom Rune. It's like, it's so much amplification to having a good start to the game.
I mean, they could just be everywhere. And this is also one of the problems when this happens against like a hero as Ember. Or, I mean, it's not only the heroes, but I must say that Nouns are moving very nicely around the map. Like, look at Fly. He hasn't left the area yet. Yuma as well. As he's the carry, he's got the Aegis, he's playing aggro. You talk about the Wisdom Rune? Yeah, it's theirs. Or is it? RCY going
jumps.
for
He
steal.
yoinks it. Nice stuff.
Okay. Sunstrike, RP.
He has ultimate still available, and Magnus is dead. Doesn't waste it though. If he popped the ultimate there, that could have been disastrous, going deep underneath the tier 3 there, but has the discipline not to get excited and press it, especially against the Stone Gaze Medusa. Troll always wants to lock onto you, therefore you'll always be able to get that stun off.
Yeah, this is a little bit... I mean, at least they got the Wisdom Rune. So it's a little bit of a victory. But yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If I'm a player on the Dire team right now, I ain't feeling too good about this game.
No, you're feeling terrible. I think this game right now is like... Yeah, it's probably like a 3 out of 10, 2 out of 10 right now for Dire side. Like,
that's like a 1.6 out of 10, I think. I think right now it's like up to my... Okay, what is my carry saying? You know, like, is Miracle speaking up and saying, guys, we got this game on lock? You know, like Yatoro.
No, he's playing in the draft
on how to win
he's
this
like,
game.
no. Like, why am I playing Medusa? Blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have suggested this pick. Actually, what character?
I mean, in his brain, this is definitely going on right now.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, if you're... So what, if you're Nouns, you have Solar Crest, you still have your Aegis available. I don't think anything can touch Gunner. And I think that's the problem when you play against Ember. This hero, he's like an aggressive Tidehunter in terms of what he takes over and which area he defends. So yeah, this is just a very oppressive game.
And it's like one of those things where if they are to kill him, it is going to be... They need minimum 4, even 5 heroes to kill him off. So the resource that they use to actually get that killing blow, to kill off this pesky Ember, now suddenly this overfarmed 15k net worth troll is going to come into the fight, or the Invoker, soon to have BKB. Like, it's It's so much to handle. And now they're jumping onto the Invoker mid lane. I caught it instantly. Swap though onto the Magnus. Invoker's still underneath the tier 3s. Magnus is instantly dead. And Invoker will eventually dying there. Dubu, for the 9th time in the game, does get taken down. Do they have anything to defend this? I don't think so.
They can like poke some spill. I guess they can delay it, but I'm not sure they can fully defend. There will be another glyph, which of course helps. I think if they want to look for another defense, it's nice to switch back.
Instantly
Dubu. Okay,
oh,
just thinking. Want to go for more?
Yeah, he's pretty dead. How many clips? I'm going to say 7 more clips. 6, 5. Oh, that was 1. Oh, Dubu's dead for the 10th time in the game. They just can't do anything. They don't have damage. The lanes didn't go well for them, and they weren't able to be efficient in the jungle to get their heroes into a playable state. Yeah, I think now this is a really refreshing draft, and the way that they played, it is a get the kills and get out of the game quick. And already, Alacrity on Troll, GG's been called. That's it. That already. Yeah. All right, fair enough. Game 1 goes the way of Nouns.
I mean, some of these games in this qualifier have been pretty fast. I mean, I don't blame them for calling GG. This game was way beyond over. I do think they still had like 1 or 2, like this last base defense, like Mag is 50 gold from BKB. You know, maybe let him get a CS, maybe he like sells his Windlace, you smoke up and like try to do something more decisive. I'll say this game is near impossible, but I would like them to like try and like those plays you do go for, like try to, you know, make sure that they are the right ones and do it confidently enough. But Nouns, I don't know if I have anything bad to say about what they did. I think Gunnar on this Ember, he kind of popped off. I think their draft is nice. The way they last picked the Ember and just like how they move together as like a 3-man ball. Oh, I think this is solid. And it goes to show when they beat your ass in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't gone to panel cams yet because I wanted to show like Gunnar versus speed, right? Like when you look at 15 minutes in the game, Ember's got Mage Slayer Veil and then a Mag's got just a Blink Dagger, right? It's like even if the Mag blinks onto the Ember, like there's no damage, right? The difference between these two was just, you know, night and day. But if I press this button, I really do hope it does work correctly.
Press it. Press it.
There we go. I pressed it incorrectly, but it's fine. There we go. What up? So yeah, that was game 1. I don't know how long we have until we throw to a break, but I'm just gonna go for
maybe we decide.
I think we do decide. So I'm just gonna go with the idea of, do you think this will be a 3-game series? Do you think Yang have it in them to bounce back? And what would be one change you'd make? Which is the classic answer you say on a panel, but what would be your one change you'd make to Dire?
Okay, so do I think they have what it takes to make it a 3-game series? Yes. Okay. Do I think it will go to a 3rd game? No.
No. Okay.
What do they need to do different next game? I would like them to maybe like a double change. You know, it kind of like works with each other. I would like them to have like an easier way to play around mid and help RCY, because I think he got kind of bullied in the lane. Then both supports show up there, and I think the point that goes with that, don't pick 2 cores that can't ever move from their lane. So I think Speed did a nice job when he like did that one mid play, but like a Medusa, a Magnus, like you're just praying to God that this doesn't happen in the first 12 minutes. But I think against a good team that pick these type of heroes, this will happen, and then you cannot play Dota anymore.
Yeah. No, further that, I also agree. I'd also say I don't want to see 3 cores that want to do the same thing. Like Storm, Mag,
That's
Medusa,
fair.
all push out lane and look for a jungle camp. They don't push out a lane and look for a kill unless you get the active rune on Storm. So it's like connecting your point into this. It's like, I feel like they're super static in a meta right now, which is not tankiness meta. It's not about pray for 55 minutes, 60 minutes. It's get your grasp on the game and win it. So I really do hope that they either make the supports more active or the cores less farm hungry. So like, get me like a Centaur and a Blink Dagger. Get me something like that, and we'll see what happens. But we are going to go to a break. And yeah, we'll be back for game 2 of Nouns versus Yang. And yeah, low bracket, winner gets to play a grand final. If they win the grand final, they qualify. If they don't, then they get nothing. That is the brutality of qualifiers. So yeah, all right, see you in a minute. Bye. There it is. Hello, welcome back. We are
There
here
it is.
for game 2 of Nouns versus Yang. There it is.
We are here,
We are.
guys. We're
Imagine
here.
if we just never came back. Like we just basically was like, yeah, that's right. It's going to be played behind closed doors. But no, we are in game 2 of Nouns versus Yang. I am joined here by Kezu. This is
Yes.
my grand entry to technically being a host, but yeah, we're
Oh,
keeping it relaxed.
damn.
Yeah, watch out.
God damn, T.
Yeah,
Holy shit, what a grand day.
And producer and observer. I am a bit of a know-it-all at this day. But yeah, we got first pick Centaur for the wrong team. I did want to see Centaur on the game, but I did mention that I wanted to see it on Yang Jinggalu, but didn't happen. Yang Zhanggalu.
Honestly, I'm glad you said their actual name instead of just to play
the player.
just Yang, because I'm sure some people are like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
It's
no
not. Like, I
Yang
don't want
in
to
this game.
mispronounce it. Like Yang Shiganlu.
Yang Shi Gan Lu.
Yang Shiganlu.
Team Dubu.
There we go. Team Dubu.
I like Team Dubu. Or
I
you just
prefer-
switch it
yeah.
up, you know, Team Speed, Team Mojo.
True.
That's all pretty good, but okay, let's see. At least for Dubu, he does not have the Chen or the Ench, which is perhaps a little sad for him, but I would say considering how last game went, perhaps he wants a little more of a aggressive hero. I think
Yep.
Nature's Prophet, no one will ever be sad if you get this hero on your team, because this hero is pretty damn good.
Yeah. The key thing is it's like a support that likes to always think forwards, right? Like you're never on profit
Yeah,
going,
yeah.
oh, let me go hit the jungle, right? You're TPing for the 7-minute rune, you're contesting the water runes or the active rune, you're thinking about your next just kill play or just annoyance on the map, right? And
Yeah, yeah.
Centaur at least, kind of as an offlaner, very static. This will be somewhat the opposite of an Ember Spirit, where like Ember at level like say 6 might go and invade the jungle. Centaur, he
Yeah.
parks himself in the offlane, he AFKs there, he farms maybe one cheap item into Blink, and then he'll play the map very quickly, right? So for me, it will give you at least a brief window in the game where Prophet can overwhelm with number advantage, where Centaur is just kind of locked away to hitting the creeps.
I mean, I'm at least a fan of the fact that they did ban out the Ember, like let them have something else. Because like you're saying, Centaur it plays a way different game. Like he doesn't really pressure the map that well. Sure, he gives his team Stampede, but you know, he's more of a farmer. He's just gonna chill in his lane. Now that you have Nature's Prophet, I think it's just important that you try to craft lanes that are strong, that the Prophet can like rotate around. Because that's the main strength of like playing Prophet, period, at least in the early game. Especially as a support, you want to TP to these lanes, you want to get these kills, like have a mid that you can play off of, you know, steal some wisdom runes, steal some water runes from the mid, and like you do these small things that eventually develop into something bigger. But you need your other heroes to kind of be able to help to set you up for that.
Yeah, and I guess with Centaur as well, it's like we're kind of describing it as more of like a farm hero. We are emphasizing that this is like 14 minutes of the game. Like after 14 minutes, you can play on just Blink Dagger alone, and your hero will be perfectly fine throughout the entire game. Like the Shivas, the Shrouds, the BKBs and stuff after, that's just kind of like a novelty for the hero. Like I've seen like 0-8 Centaur players still just control the game if the team utilize them correctly with that Blink Dagger. So it's just like a brief early game window that this single 1v1 hero matchup, Yang Jinggalu could lead on. You impressed by that?
I like
I did attempt it.
No, it's good. I will respect you every single time where you try to pull out the whole phrase.
No, you know what? Take it away. I'm just gonna quickly Google it on Google
Yang
Translate.
Ji Lu.
I need to make sure
I put it in
spell
Google Translate once.
You did?
I did. Yang Chi Gan Lu. It was something like this.
I got it in French.
Oh.
That's right. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do that one.
Yeah,
Moving on.
I think don't even try.
No,
I'm gonna offend some people out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just
Okay,
one.
let's see though. I mean, at least that's the setup that I would want to look for. Like, I have this Nature's Prophet. I want to craft kind of good lanes with it. Okay, so they go for Mag, which it's always. I think Mag is kind of like I'll say he's a little bit of a specific hero. I feel like you need players and teams that are comfortable with this hero. Like if you haven't played this hero before and then suddenly you try to whip it out and make it work, I think like that's not the type of hero I would choose. But you know, they must know something that I don't. I do think the hero is very good, but I was not too inspired with what it looked like in the last game.
I also think the Magnus is a deceptively strong laner, right? Using skewer shockwave,
Yep,
but you don't always have to skewer back to your tower. You can just like mini skewer for like just the nuisance value of it, the slows, etc., into then shockwave damage, especially if you have that kind of like Willow, Rubiki, Mirana type support. Of course, Mirana fell off the map. We don't see that here anymore. Willow, again, a little bit lost. But for Nouns, my one question is, we saw creativity with the Ember Spirit going from mid to off lane. Of course, Mage Slayer is a very good item. Mid Wyvern is somewhat returning. Off lane Wyvern is returning. Do you think there's a world where Centaur's 4 position Wyvern's off lane here? Or do you think this is just
honestly, I think, I don't know if they have the idea yet, but I'm sure there's some added benefits with these two heroes, because, I mean, honestly, they can do whatever they want. Like, Centaur 4 with Winter 3 is not bad at all. I think the Winter Wyvern pick in general is very good this game. I think it's very good against Mag, of course. It used to be a traditional counter. Of course, you have the Curse to counterplay, you have the Cold Embrace. Most Mag lineups and Mag drafts, like, they rely on this RP into killing someone. They're high on physical damage, you can counter that. Also, if Prophet makes some moves early on, like if Fly or whoever plays Winter Wyvern is on top of his game, you can TP, 1-level Cold Embrace, the gank is probably nullified, so I think Announcer's drafting is, I mean, I'm not going to say it's crazy, but I think it's very nice so far. You know, like there's synergy between the heroes, it looks good, I'm sure they feel good, so it's all A-okay.
And they respond like, ooh, again the Crystal Maiden, okay.
We're back, baby. Round 2.
Okay, so I wouldn't have really entertained Templar Assassin as a carry, I believe, or even a core in this game, just because you have the Taser of the techies, which is a disarm. You have Stampede to be able to disengage away from the TA, and then also you have Cold Embrace, stops physical damage, plus Winter's Curse, which, of course, very good against heroes that want to get into relatively melee range, as you just stun them up and stop them from doing damage. So Nouns already kind of have 3 relatively good answers to a TA. If anything, I feel like the TA picks more a momentum style hero where it's like, okay, we get a quick Deso, we get Ancients, we get Roshan, plus the Prophet overwhelming the map, then Techie's Wyvern if they're starved, Centaur's chasing Blink. By the time he gets Blink, TA's already entertaining like Blink BKB range. So I think it really is them going, we will win the lanes this time, we will dictate the game. Because if they don't dictate the game, this TA carry could just be farming forever, but never really kind of converting that into the game, I feel.
Yeah, I think that is honestly pretty spot on. Like, I think, like, you do have the CMTA in the safe lane against Centaur with a potential Prophet TP. Of course, honestly, that is one thing they will have to play for. Like, minus armor meld, you come in, you get some kills in that lane, get your TA snowballing, keep your mag farming to kind of, like, play off of that speed and that tempo. Also, what's at least nice for them this time around is the fact that they will have last pick. But I must say that also this Alchemist pick, I kind of like it. I think for now, the only one that's really going to dish out enough damage against you is the TA. But she's she's like soft / semi-countered by the Winter Wyvern. You have a Centaur going in. So now Gunner's life, if he's going to play the Centaur, it's a lot easier. You have 2 people going in. So, yeah, you know, I think this just goes to show, I think Fly has been like a top-tier captain for a long time. Yeah. I've looked at some of their drafts, and they just look like very solid. It's not some outstanding stuff, but just solid every time.
Yeah, I think teams, like, if you were to try and like categorize every draft, there's some drafts which are like tempo based, some are only scaling. Then like you kind of need to, right now, I think in this current patch, you need that harmony of laning presence with the ability to skirmish, and then if you successful there, to take over the game, but also not overdo it, right? Like, you don't want to have like Lycan and Chen and all this stuff. Like, you kind of want to find like one level below the push strats. That's kind of like your upper boundary right now for where you want to be aggressive. And yeah, I think Nouns are kind of hitting that right now. Are we expecting it to be, I guess, Mag Prophet as your offlane duo, CMTA as your safe lane,
probably,
with a mid laner getting picked up for RCY?
Yeah, most likely. I think if you're announced right now, it would be nice if you... I mean, it's not like a necessity that your mid laner allows the supports to like kind of play with them, because I think both Alk and Centaur, you know, they come online after like 12, 13, 40 minutes, they get their blinks or whatever, you can play with them. But I would say one nice fact about Nounce's last pick, if they can find it, is someone that doesn't like get ran over by some Nature's TP and this last pick mid, or the fact that maybe you can even rotate into these other lanes, I think would be very nice. Because you touched on the fact right now, what you want is like strong lanes into like trying to take over the game. I think the other thing, if you cannot take over, you need to be able to like damage control. Like, don't let the game get out of hand. Allow your heroes to farm that need to farm. You know, I think Alk, maybe he wants some minutes. You know, Gunner on Centaur, he wants some minutes. Like, maybe, you know, you could just go some DK, Pangos, whatever. Sure, Invoker.
Invoker,
It's Stormstorm. Why am I mentioning any other hero than Invoker?
Yeah, it's like I was thinking like one
Stupid
quirky option. If this was, let's say, like in MENA or something, like Razor could be kind of cool here because it's like now TA. Like if you go mid into Razor, you have a bad game. If you go TA
Yeah.
safe lane, then it's like you've now controlled the draft to force it elsewhere. Like
Yeah.
I thought it could have been kind of cute, but yeah, for now they just go for their safety pick. It is that Invoker. You also have that insurance if the game does get a little bit more chaotic. Down the line, you have Cataclysm with Outstun or Centaur Stun, like simple kind of combos to play onto. And yeah, very stable draft for Nouns here. And only 15 seconds left for them to pick up a hero now.
I mean, I need this to be an active hero.
Yeah,
I think
it needs
just
to
like
be
similar
active.
to last game, like have this hero like be played through the Prophet. TA is gonna have a good game. Once TA has Deso, you kind of like grab onto that. Okay, I think this used to be like one of the like old go-to counter to like Invoker. I do think Kanka has been nerfed quite a bit. I don't know if they will have enough damage nowadays to like kill Stormstormer if he's high HP with a Kunkka Nature's Prophet, but overall, I think this fits the bill of what I wanted them to get.
Oh, and they are doing the position 4 Centaur Offlane Wyvern.
Oh, they are.
Yeah,
Okay.
look at that.
Honestly, yeah, I mean, why
Now
not?
they're
There
so
isn't that much
unpredictable, they
reach.
become predictable, right? Like, that's basically my idea. Like I see two
mean, you
heroes and I was
have,
like, no,
like-
that can't be real.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's like also the other thing. I would say that Gunnar is like a very open player, perhaps with like what heroes he will play. Right? He kind of showed that already in the last game. I think same. I guess this. I feel like this comes a lot with players who are either very open or they've played multiple roles. Like Lelis before, he was an offlaner. Now he's a 4. I'm sure he doesn't. You know, he's like, you need me to play Sand 4, brother? All right, I got you, boss.
It's also the layering of like Gunnar's the type of player that he plays so many pubs that he experiences so many things in the game where if you ask him to play a hero, like he's probably gonna have played against it in enough games or done enough games himself on it that he has that flexibility. Like he's not one of those offlaners where it's like I only care about my MMR, so I only play my 6 offlane heroes and that's it. You know, like he's got that depth. That will always be the issue in my opinion, where it's like there'll be that one game where his creativity will hold him back, where it's like that one suggestion maybe stops him from winning a game. If he played a traditional hero, that would have been the reason why they make that deeper run, right? But for now, inside NA, it is working out for them, right? They've qualified for one event. It's harnessing that and making sure it's like international ready will be the key thing for me.
Yeah, when it comes to this game, I mean, talked about it in the draft already. I think this early game tempo has to come out for them with these Nature's TPs. Like, try to play through, have people set up for like a good game. Because I think in like the mid game team fights, when I look at Mag, Kunkka, like fights can go wrong pretty quickly. Like there's like you get into some random spell or you layer like your Kunkka spells with your Mag spells. They're both high on lockdown but very low on damage when these mid game fights come out. Which means it's all gonna be on their TA to kind of do all the heavy lifting. And there is a Smokerini for now.
They are gonna find someone.
Be
Surprise!
careful, brothers. Oh, Pelodubu.
Oh, not again.
Triple stun. Log grenade. It's a 1-for-1. At least this time around, you know, Dubu, he won't die just by himself. At least they get a little trade here on Mr. Lettuce. I would like to point out Gunner's item build. I have not seen this one before.
Sorry for
it's
showing
a little-
buyback. But yeah. Oh, Quelling Blade.
I love the buyback status. Triple circlets.
Dude, we can't
Just
afford it,
not
guys.
something
It's
I've
fine.
seen.
Sorry, but go on. Double circle it, yeah.
Triple, if we look at Winter Wyvern, I don't know if I said Stormstormer, but I meant Mr. Gunner.
Oh, there you go. Ooh,
Yep.
you did say mid, but it's fine. Universal hero,
Okay,
of course.
okay.
Gonna utilize that as
Yeah.
much as possible. Key thing, they
I mean,
didn't
sadly
really
for
pick up...
him,
Go on, sorry.
it's sad. Honestly, I don't really like buying Quelling Blade on Universal Heroes. I don't think it's that cool, but you play against some stupid Nature's Prophet. You know this guy's going to come to your lane, think he's cool, and try to kill you. So I kind of like this build. Rush some Wraith Bands, get some high armor, and you're chilling.
No complaints. And I think going back to your point about the damage, it's, for me, I'm worried for Radiant that their kind of mid-game timing is all about that meld strike. If the meld strike connects on the correct hero, put them to like, you know, lose quarter HP, half HP, then the fight could look good, right? But Alk doesn't care about that. Centaur doesn't care about that. And the damage from the supports, it's really only Radiant kills, Techies, Invoker, Wyvern. Like, I'm really skeptical if they actually have the damage to kill off an Alchemist with some Radiance or a Centaur with one tanky item, right? So it really is about get that good start, control the pace of the game, and make sure you kind of scale into it. Because if you're playing behind, then it could be a little bit of a struggle. What
Yeah,
lane do you want to
it's
look
a-
at
it's a
first, Kezu? You get free choice, by the way.
Okay, I get choice.
Yeah.
I want to look at. We're gonna look at bottom lane.
Bro, I'm already looking at
Don't
bottom
die
lane.
top.
Okay,
No, but
fine.
Yuma's dying top. He's dying top. He's dying top. I repeat.
I saw his
Good
dead
job.
body. I was checking the top hero bar. It took me a second. For some reason I went from left to right, not right to left, but anyways, he did die. Could you explain
At the
why he died,
moment-
please?
Like the moment I started thinking, it's because I was like, yeah, MSS he's gonna TP bottom, but then I
Yeah.
saw that he's like TPing up there, so they just TP'd on him, block grenade, gave him a couple of slaps, and they said, idiot, you're dead.
Yeah.
Made it look very easy.
Yeah, this is the strength, I think, of obviously Prophet. Early levels is always key. Getting that teleportation, cooldown less is always going to be very helpful. On top of that, Magnus is such a strong laner. Like, if you want to go on him, you have to deal with a shockwave. If you are too close, then suddenly you get skewer slows on top of you and you'll reposition. Like, this hero is not to be messed with. Like, and Yuma needs to respect that. For Yuma, of course, Alchemist, I don't think there's enough tower pressure in the game for him to really be under constant threat. So he will inevitably get to his timings, as long as he doesn't feed away cheap kills in the lane.
Oh.
I
There was a
missed
kill
another
bottom.
kill
I definitely missed that one.
We
but
missed it
MSS will
together.
die top. Or maybe not. Yes, he will.
Oh my god!
Okay.
I'm
fly.
missing every kill.
Oh wait, did you tab to bottom and then miss the top
Yeah.
one? Or what?
I went top, missed the kill, went bot, missed the kill, went back top, no one died. So it's like, yeah, we're grooving right now. I'm only looking at Yuma right now.
We're doing good. I hope he
TP
gets the stun
behind.
off because Mo's just coming behind. I'll take it away. He's hating him. Great casting, of course. Hating him again. One more time.
I'm letting you do it. It's your time
One
to
more
shine.
time. Wow, he hit him like 6 times.
That's a
Crazy
lot
play.
of damage, yeah. And there's no regen right now. Okay, they have one pack of tangos, so Yuma will be able to regen up slightly. But I do think kind of net win right now for the offlane is going to be going the way of Radiant. The fact that the lane is in front of their tower, they've been able to punish Yuma a little bit. He hasn't just kind of entered his stride of hitting creeps non-stop. And yeah, mid lane, as always, just trade a farm between these two players. And bot lane, we did miss a couple kills, but I do apologize. I'd argue this is net win for Nouns right now with the Wyvern and the Centaur. Just kind of
Yeah, I think for sure
happy
they're
farming
even
up.
like winning quite a lot when it comes to the network down bottom as MSS dies top. I missed that one. I mean, so they did have a stacked pull up there on Nouns. Fly got that one off earlier, so he was trying to contest and really get something going there. It is a little alarming. Like, you're playing the Tenacious Prophet, and yeah, you're getting kills in your own lane, but nothing is really happening on like mid or bottom. And honestly, TA is not a hero that likes to be behind. No one does, but especially like all these TAs, Razors. You want to be winning. You're 400 gold behind this Winter Wyvern, and let me tell you, this hero with a good lane is goddamn scary.
Yeah, especially because like the build up for Mage Slayer doesn't even feel bad, right? Like getting that casual cloak, and then now I've got Mage Slayer after the fact. Like it feels really nice to build up on. We are hearing teleportation cancels from the Prophet. He's currently sitting in base.
They're thinking
deciding where
about
to
it.
go. Yeah, he's thinking about it.
Okay, Yamson. We're coming in. Not coming in. We're
He's
coming in
go-
again. We're not coming. We're
He's
going
just got
top.
to decide is he's going in or out. Because right now he's just teasing the bottom lane.
He's just doing a little bit of trolling, I think.
Yeah. My top lane is so pushed in right now that he has the freedom to do this, right? Like if top lane was by the Dire Tower, then it is trouble.
Now
But he now
what's
TP's down, and I haven't missed a kill. If Gunnar is to die, then I've captured him. He has the Cold Embrace. He only has 1 point in it. Meld prepared. Boom! Dead. Gunnar goes down. Finally, we caught a kill, guys.
Well played, everyone. This is where the collapse should come out, of course. But if you're Lelis, like whatever, you're often it dies, you're chilling, you're level 4, you've got boots. Honestly, I don't think Gunnar cares that much. I think like Dubu and the boys, of course, they're happy. Squeeze themselves in a kill, but Gunnar just gonna TP straight back and they'll be a-okay.
A little bit of pressure on speed, but again, speed doesn't care. I feel like both these offlaners don't really care about the harass coming into them. Just, they brush it off, they continue their farm up. The Prophet is still lingering bot lane though, so they're looking to maybe try and go again on Gunnar. Gunnar uses the Arctic Burn as I hover to double check.
I mean, they're doing good. I think they're baiting it to then try to go on him after. At least I thought that's the idea. Let's see if they feel good enough. Let's say give another tank.
Dude's just running up. He wants to go in, and MSS he appears from the tree line. Again, Conan Burst is available, but it will keep him stationary. Lelis, 200 HP to his name. They now
Golden
finally
Burst.
use it. Melts is on cooldown for 5 seconds. Point blank TP for the bonus damage, and yeah, Yamson should be going. Ooh, does die eventually, and poor old Dubu clicked one time. Do they have a stun? Stop! Like, they got him.
Got him. Oh, there's the Earth Charge. No, he Gunnar should be fine.
Double
I
kill.
thought maybe there's some some urn that's catching him off guard, but no. Honestly, level 1 Cold Embrace is gonna heal him for a lot. They even got another Lotus and Fly. Nice rotation.
RCY, he's coming in. He's coming from the northern side. He's found no one. Well, not the player, but
don't worry,
literally no
we'll
one.
get them.
And
Got him with the X.
he was going for like the cool, I don't need to use X play, into then, wait a second, I probably should use X.
As in shit.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I mean, he is a bronze Kunkka. I don't know if he was a bronze Storm.
ooh, that's
So
a good
I'm
point.
like reading into the fact that has he played this, or does he just not have the Dota Plus levels?
He could be one of those like edgy players that doesn't use Dota Plus, which is fair. It is a
Or maybe
subscription
18
on a free game,
account,
but
like
I think it's a
Miracle
very
or
good
Nightfall.
purchase. Hero levels are really
Yeah.
fun.
They are. He should be spamming voice lines. This Kunkka has a good one. Stormstorm is solo smoking. Okay, you know, I kind of like this. You know, I like these mid players that just, you know, they make shit happen.
Did he
Like,
do it
TA
under
is
the
already-
ward though? That's the question. 'Cause there is a mid ward.
I'm not sure. He may have been like in the fog.
Okay.
Judging with what they're doing, I think they saw it because they're GTFOing with both of them.
Yeah. Already TA's gone to top lane, and they've left.
I mean,
Yep.
Yuma really wants to get level 6 because he is very low HP and he's dead. Got him.
Dude, God.
This is why you pick CM bros. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but when you win, it looks good.
Yeah, and the build right now is the good build for CM. Going for that 1-3-1. You don't need multiple points in aura. You don't like no one utilizes this perfectly in the early game. Get that max root. The root is the thing that kind of helps you just contain, keep people inside your ultimate. And it's just a lot better than the Crystal Nova, especially with the
Yeah.
cooldown, right? 6 second on your Frostbite compared to 8 second at max level for Nova. Like the value you can get for that. Especially when you get your talents into play as well. So, yeah, like the skill build from Dubu. In general, I think Radiant are making the correct moves to at least make this game more competitive than the previous one. They've taken top tower, they're pushing out mid, they're not worrying about that. It looks like they're conceding bot, even though Dubu is walking down here, as you see on the minimap. I would be surprised if they actually defended this, just because of already the double core kind of presence
Yeah.
here from the Dire side.
Yeah, I don't think they can, but they should be pretty happy they got the top tier one. I think now if you're Radiant or specifically if you're Dubu and you're getting yourself a ward, I think it's nice if you can, as they're looking on Yuma in the tier 2.
Yeah, that was good. They're
That
gonna
barely
steal
hit.
back.
You were back.
Nice tornado. Doesn't disengage it. Again, where's the damage? That's the real concern we have for the Radiant team in speed. He is left by himself, ditched by his entirety of his friends. See ya.
Well, tier 2 plays are they're pretty spicy.
Yeah.
You know, if you clutch them out, they can work, but if you don't, you're definitely feeding for it. RCY getting caught in his jungle. Now that JK not his jungle, obviously, as it's the Dire's jungle. He will feed.
It's the fact that it's Radiant who are the ones being proactive, but they're diving a tier 2 to then lose their Magnus, to then lose their Kunkka soon after. Like, in their minds, they were ganking Alchemist. And somehow then it's turned into Alk didn't die, but participated in 2 kills. He's on the way to Radiance, right? Like, that is not what you want to see. And Alk finally, after, I'd say some decent pressure from the early game, does now get to that top net worth spot. We expect him probably to kind of run away with it for now, especially because there isn't really continued jungle pressure with this Radiant lineup. Again, it stems from the fact that TA doesn't really want to cross the river early on. Magnus doesn't want to do it until Blink. So there is a little bit of discrepancy on what the cores want to do to maybe what the game requires them to
watch
do.
mid.
I'm watching mid, promise.
Oh, they got the Stampede to... Okay, RCY could be in trouble. JK, or maybe not JK. Yeah, like the fact about the Alk, I fully agree with you. I don't really, like, what is gonna stop you if you're a human? Like, even if you do get X'd, like, I'll say it again, the mag Kunkka damage, it's very low and very slow. Alchemist loves to play into that stuff. The Pops is old, maybe there's some Cold Embrace from Gunner, you know, he TP's over, he chills, so it's all gonna be on Yamson. He's gonna need to get this Deso, speed up the game, maybe get Roche, and he will need to be in the fights to like be there, deal the damage, and try to wipe out some of these announced heroes.
Now, do you think Blade Mail on Kunku will be good enough to cushion the fact that he doesn't do the damage, but the Blade Mail might be able to help him in that regard? Or is it, do you feel like he could have maybe pivoted his build and gone slightly more unconventional to kind of bring that Kunka into the game?
I mean, I guess Blade Mail helps you to just like run in and kind of like play for this mid-game timing that you're looking for. I don't really know if you want to like play for some right click, or maybe you could try to like get some Ags into shard faster and do that. I'm not sure. So overall, I would say that late mill is pretty chill. As announced, they're looking down bottom. They want to kick the TA out of the lane, and honestly, I think they will be successful.
They are out of range for Curse now. Fly is wrapping around. Oh, Stormstorm's here as well. I didn't see. Of course, he's invisible and smoked, so of course that's why I didn't see him. But yeah, is able to get out. I will say credit to Janssen. He has done a very good job at just kind of reading the Storm's movements, right? Storm's movement, not the Storm Spirit, but yeah, the early move, the smoke, he dodged that one. This player as well, of course, the Wyvern was going on him, so it wasn't like a map read. It was more just run away, but still farming in a safe way.
Watching top, there's some strange stuff going on. You might very much caught out.
RP.
Okay, RP to boot.
Denied.
Oh,
nearly did. Yeah. Nearly did. That would have been incredible. There aren't a lot of spells that allow you to deny anymore, right? Because you can't deny on Doom. You can deny on Life Drain Pugner, Alchemist Stun, and Quap Dagger. You can. I think there's maybe one more, but there's only like 3 or 4 deniable things.
I don't know if you mentioned Gale.
I didn't.
But
yeah.
Okay. It's like the most obvious one. That's why.
No, I meant also there's self denies and then there's like active denies. But self denies, there's not a lot anymore.
Barely any left.
It's like Alk Life Drain. I think there is one more, but I just can't remember which one it is.
Oh, jumping onto the techies mid. So they've got the skewer back. Good curse. Okay. Oh, blast off. Oh, it's cancelled.
Into big ultimate from the CM. Lelis is out of position now. They should be dying. All 3 of them. They had all the control, everything in the world, but just not enough damage to kill anyone. And yeah, beautiful stuff there from the Radiant side. And the jumping onto Stormstormer as well. The cold snap to stop the skewer. He's all by himself. They have no detection, but it doesn't really matter. He's dead anyways. And yeah, Nouns, what looked like the perfect counter play, right? Using the Cold Embrace, the Winter's Curse, everything. There just wasn't anything to convert on their setup. And yeah, I think just Dubu and the lads just came in the clutch and brought the numbers, and that's exactly what you need to do against Alchemist. Alchemist, look at him. He's a creep. He's by himself. He's AFK. Punish that. Bring 5 heroes. Overwhelm your opponent. And yeah, they're keeping relatively close to the Alchemist, right? Only 500 gold away. And like it's like a realistic game into Alchemist. It's not one of those, he's already got 2k lead. Uh-oh.
No, they're honestly doing good. Like they got the blink from the top kill. They go mid, they reveal it there. It's like a very classic kind of Magnus move. First blink, go mid, skewer some guy in, keep the fight going. And I think the play prior is honestly pretty important. Like if Yuma has a TP, you know, if he hadn't died earlier, didn't need to TP, back out after respawning, you know, maybe that is different. Also Speed had a clutch shockwave, of course. And he's still lingering around mid. They want round 2. Smoke up. Stormstormer. Oh. That's a short blink if I've seen one, but still an X mark.
He has no mana. Oh no! Okay, they are going to
maybe he's still fine.
It's a lot of spells used, but no connection. And now this is where the turnaround begins. TP's come into play. Winter Wyvern's here with the Arctic Burn. So there it is. They finally kill him off. What a weird and wonderful, wacky gank in the mid lane. And I think it's not really a gank. It's more just a weird North American skirmish. And yeah, Radiant come out on top.
This was a little bit cringe.
It was incredibly cringe.
I mean, no, I like the fact that they're still around mid and like trying to make plays, but the fact that Radiant missed their plays and then Dire went back in to then feed, unluck. Like, I think right now, if you're announced, you probably want to talk more about, okay, when are we all ready to fight? You know, like he's 200 gold from Blink. He does want to be in this fight. You have your Alchemist Radiance. He just got his biggest farming item. He wants like another 1, 2, 3 minutes as well. So wait for that, make your moves, but good job by Team Dubu. They're bringing it together. As he's CM ulting the bottom camp. Please watch him.
Oh, I'm watching.
Very nice. He cleared that stack. He's like, Lelis, get out of here.
Yeah, it's my farm. But no, I feel like for Nouns at least, it's like kind of what you're hinting at. Like they need to have that conversation of like, what is the purpose of our moves we're making, right? Like, if we're taking a fight, is it because we're buying time for Alk to find his farm? Are we punishing an overextension of a Radiant team that wants to be, you know, semi-aggressive with their profit? Like, they are trying to do it, but they are just kind of overplaying their hand. And it does feel like Nouns is the type of team that if they see an opportunity to fight and the call is like they've wasted boat, they've wasted something, they are going to kind of oversubscribe to that idea. And maybe that's what Team Dubu can punish, can lean on, as they do wrap around behind Yuma. He has the blink though, so they have to start quite nicely.
Another skewer.
No ultimate for 11 seconds.
Well, it looks like they just straight up got him.
Yeah.
They're gaming right now. You know,
They are
after
gaming.
game 1, they gave him the T governor coach speech. You know, whack some asses and get in the next one, and they're doing it.
Yeah,
X marks your. Don't worry, they're just making it look cool. And they're just putting you on your toes. They're,
That's true.
You know, trying to bait you to call them garbage. When
No,
of course,
yeah.
just entertaining.
No, I wouldn't do that. Of course, with the lack of DPC,
course.
this is very scary these days. And, you know, third place team, second place team, they get no money at all, so can't really beat on a team that's not earning anything. It's just a bit mean, isn't it?
It really is. Honestly, RCY, I think he is doing a great job. He's been in 11 kills on a Kunkka. He has Blade Mail. He's getting close to the BKB as well, which I think you kind of need this body like running in. We talked about last game, it was kind of weird and awkward for them to play. TA is going to deal your damage. Magnus will fish out the heroes, but you need this guy like going in and just kind of be a bait, a big, fat, juicy boy. And I think that's RCY right here.
Yeah, and not only that, I feel like since that top engagement at the tier 2, they kind of like recalibrated what they want to do on the map, right? Because they're not diving tier 2s anymore. They're kind of taking the fights at like the extremities of the other side of the map, getting a quick skirmish, and then going back. Whilst one team goes Roshan, the other team's trying to go into MSS in the mid lane. They do jump onto him. I mean, he should be dead. They'd be very surprised if he lived, and I don't think they really care, right? Because they're trading, what, maybe the tier 1 tower eventually for Roshan.
Yeah, it's honestly like they get the road for it. This is like kind of where both teams I think are like kind of okay with it. They're like, you know, they spoke on me, sure they killed me, but this is exactly what they want. You get your Aegis on the TA, you're gonna have your BKB on your Kunkka. I think both teams, even though Radiant are far ahead, you feel pretty okay on both sides because you're getting some good items on now. So you got the blink on the on Auk. Lelis got his blink. So they're, I would also say in like 2-3 minutes, they're fighting ready if they can set up a proper area.
Yeah, I think this Aegis is quite deceptive for Radiant, where it's like, yes, you get it, but it's not the Aegis which suddenly catapults you into wanting to make massive moves. Like, you need to make them. That isn't an understatement, but it's more like you're like hinting at, like, they could easily fall into a big issue, right? Especially with, you know, Mantis on the horizon, Solar Crest on the horizon. There's so many ways to make it. And Dubu, he's just in the middle of the fight. He doesn't have ultimate. He forced us out, baits Gunner into a skewer. Not enough damage from that single Meld Strike. Setting up the Stomp from the Curse. EMP to cover on top. Magnus.
Good damage.
Ashley isn't dying, and there's just no damage for Nouns. They got nothing. So many spells getting thrown out, but where's the follow-up? Where's anything?
Okay, will Yuma get to walk it off? Looks like for now. Yes, okay. Piggy away. Torrent, slightly off the mark. X mark. They're gonna get a 4th kill out of this fight.
Dead.
I mean, they're doing a good job in terms of how it comes to these team fights, right? Speed, finding Winter Wyvern, kind of the... I mean, I wouldn't say illegal, but if you can make that happen in a fight, it will give you a very high chance of winning it. I think Nouns, they want to be the ones to start the fight, right? You've got this double Blink Dagger. Like, even look at the vision that Dubo and the Bros have in this area. Like, there's literally like a trifecta of wards aggressively. They see everything in these fights.
Yeah, and I promise I'm not saying this because I'm a support player, but low-key Dubu kind of won that fight for them, right? Like, the way that he like positions at the start of the fight, he baits Wyvern to right-click him, 4-stars himself out in the engagement, and then that sets up Speed to then find the Wyvern, start that perfect kill. And for like Nouns, their entire draft is built on getting tanky enough that they can brush off that initiation and turn around every fight. But right now, they're still in their kind of farm state, and they are getting baited a little bit. Like Gunner, he sees the support, wants to go for it, and I think Speed is... Even though he's missed a lot of initiations, like he's constantly looking for them. And at some point he will connect, and when he connects, the fight should look very good because of course, the capabilities of Magnus. And I think if you're Nouns right now, you're 7k down with an Alchemist in your team, like you need to get him some farm. Like you gotta stop dragging him to the fights. And when I say that, he's not even joining fights. It's more, I feel like Team Dubu just doing a very good job at finding him, right? Like they've constantly just annoyed the Alchemist in his farming pattern, and the 20-minute mark comes around again. We've said this in the previous game. They have the lead, 20 minutes comes into play, you instantly take Tormentor. This time around, the Wisdom Rune is going to be spawning about 20 seconds from now. We'll see if anyone stays around for that, but yeah, the net worth slowly builds for Team
I definitely feel like you could stay. Like you've got good traps around here for Yamson if he does want to stay. Perhaps if if Nouns bring like everyone and their whole family. Yeah, they know. Ooh, Stormstormer got RP.
Okay. Any follow-up?
Yuma is here. and Speed is no longer with us.
Okay.
Goodbye, sir.
Farewell, Speed. Let's see. What's like the next? I mean, for Nouns there, it's like you punish an someone overstaying their mark, right? Like, yeah, you can invoke it, but I kind of feel like Nouns are probably. Actually, they're not okay with that. I've just realized Storm's net worth. He is a position 4 evoker right now, actually.
He's suffering.
Yeah, he's absolute despair mode right now. The position 4 Nature's Prophet has even more net worth than both the offlane and the mid combined. MSS has had a stellar game, of course, with the Mage Slayer and the Vessel. He is super potent to the healing of the Wyvern and the Alchemist. Their healing is now just fully mitigated from that Vessel, or at least punished, not fully. And yeah. It does feel like they're one fight away from it going even, though. Like, as much as they've got a lead, and I'm very impressed, it's like one overextension, one incorrect blink from Yamsen, and the whole, narrative of this game could change. So they need to keep playing at this level of, like, execution that they've been doing so far.
Okay, Stormer. He's probably just gone again. He's not having a fun time this time. But, yeah, Dubu goes in, 4 staff, he gets the Frostbite off, just making it kind of look easy. I think if you're announced, it's important that I think for now what they have to do is you need to play the map, like maybe find a pick off here or there. I think Gunnar needs an axe before he wants to truly fight. I don't think Yuma feels, they don't want to take 5-on-5 engagements, I think, for quite a while in this game. Like Yuma, he wants to slowly chill, get another item, get Gunnar to like his axe slowly and get there. Where in the meantime, complete opposite for Mr. Team Dubu. They want to play aggressive, run around, get these kills, and then I would say the next huge big timing in this game will be second Roche.
Yeah, I think second Roshan is going to be pivotal for Nouns, especially because by then it's going to be respawning, maybe in 3 minutes. Of course, I could have a 3-minute window after that, but in that time, like Alchemist could be pulling out like plate mail +1, even a completed AC if he gets the correct pick off. That's how quickly he can farm, and we expect Wyvern to get the axe. And I think as time progresses, I'm trying to think, like, with Invoker and his items right now, he's so poor. Like, is there an item he will buy to get himself into the game? Like, does he buy, like, the casual shard for that fight at Roshan? Or does he continue going for the boots of travel to play the wider map, to accept that he's not really a hero as of yet?
He did. Yeah, I guess he kind of just answered your question. He did buy the shard, so I think they want to gear up to, like, take this one decisive fight and just, like, hope to win it.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, honestly, I don't really blame him for that. I think you already have like Alk, who's gonna play the map with his Radiance, with his Manta. Because, I mean, eventually you will have to take that one fight. Maybe it's not now, but in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes with the second Roche. If you win it, great. Good chance to come back. If not, then it's kind of just a done deal, I think.
And we've got a BKB complete on the Templar Assassin, yet to use her first charge of it. And Magnus as well does have the Lotus Orb complete. There's some big items available, defensive items to turn this play around, but now gets scouted out by the Treant as the smoke expires. He did smoke from the mid lane, kind of stayed around stationary for a little bit, then moved all the way bottom, so it was a very long smoke. Kind of, again, just delaying the farm, right? They covered themselves, for 30-40 seconds trying to play the map and didn't really hit any creeps in that time. Sure, a Manta Radiance gives you a little bit, but kind of stalling out their economy in the hope to find a fight. A fight?
A fight?
A fight, yeah, that's like the pub speak in me there. Like British pub.
Don't worry, the accent coming through randomly.
Yeah.
Fight, mate. I mean, if I'm Nouns now, I'm hoping that this is like a long Roche respawn, like maybe, 2 minutes. I want this AC, I want the axe to be completed, and then just hope that I kind of get this fight that I want. If you're Dubu and the bros, I think you're going to start setting up this dire Roche, get it cleared out, hope that you get it, just set it up. And then, even if it's a long respawn, I mean, of course, they would prefer if it's a shorter one, but I think they're still very happy with this game. Like, Yams won this TA, it's going to work on a data list. If he has, like, a good start to the fight, which, honestly, Speed has been delivering him, like, kills after kills, if they continue that way, I don't really know if these next items really matter for Nouns.
Yeah. I also like the fact that we touched on Speed getting the Lotus, but against Wyvern, going for a Lotus is really nice because the effect stays the entire time. So when you blink in, at no point during that time can Wyvern just instantly ult you, because most likely someone's going to be next to her. So it kind of prevents that. And if you, let's say you went for a Lincoln's, there's Lincoln's pops available for Nouns, so they can combo it potentially if they're very quick. And if you go for BKB, of course, Curse goes straight through it. So Speed kind of adapting the build to cushion the Wyvern. We'll see how it pays off. Also good against, Vessels, Cold Snap. That's about it, but it does feel like he's picked up this Lotus just for Curse, and everything else is kind of like a novelty in the fights.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen people get a lot better when it comes to like itemizing and understanding how to play your hero. Like you just buy the shard for like this double shockwave to Lotus Orb, kind of just like help you get in, use your spells, get out, go for like another round. Like don't play for some harpoon right click because he doesn't need to do that. His TA will do that job, so he understands what he has to do, which is good. As Yemson, he also got himself the shard from the Tormentor, which I think TA shard is really annoying to play against. More traps, more vision, silence, and it should be second Roche time. Very soon. It's up in 5, but they do see Mojo.
Yeah.
He might be in a lot of trouble.
Stampeding in. Stomp in, Sunstrike. Stun on top. Yeah, he's dead to rights there. And finally, Yuma gets, you know, a little bit of a big kill. Most of the kills, like the first blood went to techies. Some of the earlier streaks went to techies. Like, even like those little clutch plays they are making, the economy isn't really going the way of the important heroes, right? And now with Alacrity, buildings do fall very quickly. Roshan, like you said, has respawned and TA has scouted it out, but also Stormstorm has scouted it out. The question is now, with 20 seconds on Chemical Rage, will Nouns look to contest it, or is it just going to be a freebie?
Honestly, it seems hard to contest. I think here your better play is to just be like, you know, whatever. Let them have the Roche. Because I think they already have position. You go here. I think you're not just giving up Roche, you're going to give up an entire team fight as well. So I don't really mind if they just, you know, clear out the map, get towards your next item. You've got this AC now, AC, Solar Crest. You know, Gunner, scaling. Winter Wyvern is a hero that should not be underestimated. This hero scaling is disgusting.
Especially because the scaling also kind of goes tenfold when you get to your high ground, right? Like when you're cushioned by your tier 4s, how does the Kunkka X mark you? How does that CM make a 4-star Frostbite place? Like, it doesn't happen anymore.
Oh shit, Lelis.
Yes.
He farmed the Ancients on a trap.
Oh,
I only saw like he kept double edging it. He literally died without Mojo like even having to TP in.
That's my I missed it. Sorry, but yeah. I think though for Nouns, going back to the point I was making, is their high ground is incredibly scary, and it's probably why they are just letting Roshans fall for free. Because I think for Radiant, like TA is the key theme here, right? Like Yamson, when he steps up to high ground, he's the only building header. Like you don't use Treants anymore. That's not the meta. They don't do any damage. You don't use Kunkka. So when Yamson steps up, if there's a stomp or a Techie's jump or anything, her Aegis goes down, her BKB's wasted. Like it's going to be so easy for Nouns to chase back out of base, even when they're at a deficit of net worth. And they have found Numa, but he blinks out with illusions and mantas and everything.
There's 3 of them, so they think probably one of them is real.
Yeah, gotta go. Oh, it's the tankier one, Smile, but no.
You got him, guys. He's dead. Oh, now you got him.
Yeah, and mid-wave skip. So yeah, you see Nels just kind of not wanting to play the map, right? Like they're skipping waves of illusions. There's Alts already TP straight back top. Like they are trying to just kind of eat through the Aegis by pushing out neutral creeps or lane creeps, sorry. And it's a very effective way to punish a very one-dimensional lineup that when they go high ground, there's no like smarts behind it. It's TA hits, done. Like you can strategize to deal with that quite nicely. As Fly does get jumped in the bot lane, he has Solar Crest and he jukes him out. He's gone. See you.
I mean, honestly, they're doing some nice plays. I think you can very clearly see with like how each an individual hero is moving that they said stall out this Aegis, like just push out the map, everyone do what you can, delay some waves, get some gold, and then kind of just play for later. So like if you're this TA now or Dubo or whoever, I think you need to find a way to eventually like kind of break free from what's going on. Because I think Nouns, they're kind of toying with them right now. Like they're coming back in this game, they're holding this Aegis timer for 2 minutes already, and nothing has really happened.
Yeah, and the Kunkka picked up a gem, right? So they're trying to deal with this by taking away the wards that are allowing Nouns to kind of poke their heads out of base. They bump themselves into Fly, but already, if we ignore this, actually no, we can watch Fly die for a second. Farewell,
He's
Fly.
kind of chilling for now.
No,
they got him.
he's gone. But then if I quickly switch the camera, right? Wyvern's already like punished the wave a little bit there. Stormstorm is already in mid lane, playing on his freshly picked up Blink Dagger, pushing out mid, right? Like they're doing all the plays to just annoy an Aegis. Missing the Tornado though, Stormstormer. We will talk about this in our replay review, but he has Blink up in 1 second. Oh, he doesn't. Oh no, he's just dead. Farewell. They finally find the pesky rats. They kill the techies one up here. They kill Invoker, but it was a lot of consistent play, right, from now. It's like they're doing the same thing over and over again, right? And eventually you need to flush them out and kill them off. And they're already pinging the Alchemist, but will they be able to find him?
They do have a good ward, so they know that
out.
he's kind of around. But Yuma, you know, I think he's caught onto the fact that okay, right now they're just in hunting mode.
Yeah. And they've eaten through 3 minutes of this Aegis. Like, they've done a very good job at just delaying the inevitable, right? Delaying the siege that Team Dubu want to bring to this game. They want to take that one lane of racks to then shift their kind of map play to one half and not the entire side, but it's yet to really come in, and TA's got to be careful. Like, she's by herself. If you look at the minimap, there is no one here. So if they were to go on her, it would be like a desperate scramble to save her, but Nouns aren't making this
kind
room.
of
She's
looking, but yeah, he's just gonna be chilling.
Smoked up.
RCY. I mean, I don't know if they'll they're kind of looking, but it looks like, Mr. Yamson, you were praising him earlier. He'll probably do it again. Honestly, they're doing good moves. Like right now, I think the first 2 minutes of this Aegis were like not so great, but I think right now they're kind of coming back. Now it's a 13k lead. I mean, they only have 1 minute left, but I think if they just get to take a fight on their terms, I don't necessarily think they need an Aegis.
I'm just trying to wonder, like, when does Nouns want to make a move? Like, are they ever going to make a proactive move? Or is it more keep pushing out the creeps, wait for that punishment where a TP is used incorrectly, and then from that point, they kind of break themselves into the game? Because they don't really have good aggressive vision. They only have, like, one ward down here, which doesn't really provide anything. Storm is now pushing the lanes from the tree line. Oh, blinks out. Doesn't get caught yet, but Speed is also looking, gets the shockwave, but again, not connecting on the skewer. Yuma jumping in, has BKB to reveal, and Magnus already stomped up. Kunkka, half HP, might use his BKB, but there's nothing here. They're scrambling, they're running away. There is no one here to take the fight. They have just thrown away their lead from the discipline of Nouns, just playing the wider map, and yeah, just everyone. That is not what you want to see from Team Dubu. You have the Aegis, you have everything in your favor, but that constant thought of when do I need to protect our waves? How do you bring one and just bring it to the tier 3s? Never really came in, and yeah. I was asking when Nouns were going to take a fight, and that's it. Just see heroes waddling around the map, yeah.
I mean, they get 3 kills, they get the gem back too, now the Aegis is gone. I think they shouldn't feel too discouraged, they're still very strong. Like, your TA is still like about top net worth with the Alk. But these initiations, like at this point in the game, they have to be clutch. Like they just gotta hit. You go in, you miss, suddenly you get double stun. There's an alacrity on Yuma with a full channeled stun and his BKB. Like, he just shredded through both of them. Like, you just need to make sure that your initiation is clean. Like, it's maybe out of a smoke, and they'll still be A-okay.
I guess it does go back down to, like, Speed, what he bought, right? Like, we praised him on the way that even though he hasn't had the most clinical execution in this game, like, he has missed a lot of his skewers. Like, the idea of Lotus was good if the team continued playing as a 5. But now they're playing more pick-off style. He wishes he had the harpoon. He wishes he had that kind of mechanism to simplify his skewer, because he's not hitting them by himself, right? And of course, I think a lot of mag players are very used to, I blink harpoon skewer every time it connects, right? And
yeah,
he's now having to lean on like the raw mechanical skill of a mag player compared to kind of what the itemization or traditional itemization gives him. And if anything, I just want to see them smoking B5, right? Like, they've run around the map a lot, but you run your Kunkka down a lane, smoked out, pushing it out. The rest of you smoke behind him, or you just... I don't think Nouns are ever in a position with their heroes to rat the game and pressure a tower. Unless Alk pops ult with alacrity, that's when a tower can fall. But the rat isn't that scary for kind of like a strategical level. And they're finding Yamson. He has Arcane Blink and BKB. But they aren't going to commit. I meant the flip side, they found Stormer, but, you know, it happens.
He just goes walking around. It's okay. We're all getting old a bit, you know. Stormer is killing everyone. Careful, Yamson.
I mean, he did kill his own net worth for the best part of this game. He's finally catching up, though.
He's back, though.
He's very back, yeah.
We've got a Disperser on Yuma. I kind of love this item. I feel like Disperser has been... I mean, it's been on the rise for a while. I'm not going to say this is some new tech, but you can, like, display, like, kind of get rid of your boots and chill.
It's the fact that it's, like, AoE as well. Like, in certain situations, you buff up multiple people, and it's like a little, Darkseer Surge equivalent.
Yeah.
It's, very powerful. And it's a nice build-up for some of these heroes, right? Getting that kind of diffusal build-up, the extra kind of the stats it provides. It's just in general, incredibly strong. And, this game's incredibly stagnated. Like, when you look at the gold, first Aegis or 2 Aegises go the way of Team Dubu, but they just haven't been decisive enough to capitalize on what is a very map-heavy play. And now they're 5-man smoked. There was a trap here, but again, under the cover of smoke, they are able to get through here. Most likely bumping into MSS if they are to go deeper.
Yeah, and this could be a very crucial move.
And there's no one... Okay, they find... Oh, they find the Magnus. Blinks down.
He is just a freebie, and I feel like for the first time in maybe this entire game, I think it's kind of now on Nouns. Like if they just see anything in any fight and they start cleanly, honestly the fight is kind of quite easy for them. As on the flip side, like if they go in, like against Mac, you have counterplay, you have Stampede to run away, you can Cold Embrace, you can Curse, and like your damage isn't all that fast. Again, it's still only Yamsun. Like I think they had a very big buffer of like, you know, closing out the game or giving themselves a bigger lead, but they've made a couple mistakes now where they need to play really well in this next fight on Team Dubu. Like maybe even have buybacks, because this third Roche, if they don't get it, I really don't like their chances.
It feels like early game, Dubu was doing a lot of work, right, for his moves. Just getting into the middle of the fights, force staffing, frostbiting. He's just a thorn in their side. But now, like, you've got BKBs in play, you've got Wyvern with Ags. They're jumping onto Yamsun. Are they going to be able to layer the stuns? They do for now. He has the BKB if he wants to use it, but double force staff out. Curse up onto the Crystal Main, but no one else is in range to actually kill off the damage. But Dubu, you're by yourself. You're going to be going down. Oh, wait, he's got BKB, of course. He's fine. Speed, skewing nothing. Oh, this fight is so disastrous. Lele's already in the backline. Yamsun running away. He's not right-clicked anything. Yuma's just slapping them up. This is the lower bracket. If they're to lose this game, they are eliminated from the DreamLeague Season 22 qualifiers, and they aren't really doing anything to win the game right now because they're just losing the fight quite handily, and I don't know what else to say. I'm just going to speak quickly to make it sound like I'm a play-by-play caster.
I like how you dropped a little. If they lose here, they will be...
yeah, exactly. Like, they had two Aegises, and they weren't able to capitalize on any of that momentum because they kept looking backwards, right? Like, the best thing to do against a team with an Aegis is to push out side lanes, so then they're thinking, we want to go siege, but we need to defend this wave. And then weaker teams will not be able to see through the two options they have, and they'll do like a little bit of both, right? Good teams will just pick one and fully subscribe to that idea. Either fully defend your base, or just barrel down to the rats and force them back. And I do feel that Team Dubu were very hesitant in what they wanted to do. They kind of like half pushed, half defended, did a little bit of everything, and then that one kind of triangle fight that we mentioned was their undoing because they weren't ready, and we are yet to see that kind of perfect synergy of RP into a meld strike. Like this TA, she's 7, 2, and 10, currently dead, but where's that explosive damage? And the third Roshan, with the Agnums to give away, I would be surprised if it went to anyone else but Invoker. Get that Cataclysm, give him that cash injection, bring him back into the game a bit more.
I feel like the problem is just like, I see Nouns like play very like decisive. Like you can tell like what they're playing for and what they're doing. And then like I think in the last 10 minutes, I just kind of died for the Radiant team. Like there's no RP into follow-up. Like all these last engagements, they're kind of, I'd even say random. You know, like they're not nicely set up. They're not easy to execute. Like if you're just TA, you've got all this network, but it's really hard to kind of translate into the game. Where if you're Nouns, you get one good jump without, boom, you're in the fight. You get one center stomp, you're in the fight. I think there's gotta be some stepping up to do here on the Radiant side.
Yeah, Lennox has the invis, but doesn't want to go to high ground. There would have been a sentry, they would have seen him, but yeah, I fully agree. If you're Team Dubu, you need to just have one game plan and stick to it. Find that jump, and they have the high ground vision with the traps as well. Like, but they're fighting into an Aegis. Like, this shouldn't be that easy of a go.
They see the backline a little bit.
They find both. Only Wyvern, RP, instant yours though. Meld Strike, trying to do something, but they're doing negative damage. The Cold Embrace instantly, the Cataclysm on top. RCY throwing out all the control in the world. Alchemist is half HP, Wyvern's half HP. Dubu's holding the high ground ultimate as well, but they're just, no one's dying. They're doing nothing, and the fight's so split. I'm gonna have to go widescreen. We've got 3 dudes punching a Kunkka, 2 dudes punching an Alchemist. Stormstorm is punching up the Nature's Prophet. Alchemist dies finally.
They got the Aegis.
Well, they got the Aegis, yeah. Stormstorm, he has his entire toolkit. With no BKB, they should be able to kill off this tier as well. Team Dubu, ooh, nice blink to the high ground. Are they going to scout him out? Anything? Cold Snap? No vision. God, what a weird fight. I should stop play-by-playing. Yeah, go on.
I think with how much random garbage was going on, that actually wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
There's some water parks, some RP, some curses. Still, I mean, so they did find the initiation on the Winter with the RP, but he just gets like, Yules. There's no BKB on him because his game kind of slowed down. I think the fights are just too awkward. Okay, Stormstormer blinks the hell in there. Nice, chilling. Disperser. It's pretty good.
Let's check. Anything else to go here? At any minute, they could just double jump, triple jump this TA. Her BKB still in corner for 18 seconds, but you know, Yamsun, he does the damage. Oh, Magnus jumps on in, but Lotus with the Yules. Into Cold Snap. Dubu dead. I've said that a lot of times this game, and Speed, yeah. his itemization is not allowing him to play the 40-minute mark of the game. At this point, you expect the BKB, you expect a way for him to be independent in his drags, but also to go by himself whilst your team is dead without the Kunkka, who's like the main control after you. It was quite a force go, and now it's 26,000 gold lead, 2 racks to the name. Quick blink from Janssen there, might be able to punish off Lelis, but again, T, you gotta be careful, you are very much by yourself. Spells getting thrown
Honestly,
out across the board, yeah.
They still have this cheese on a TA, but I don't really know how much it's gonna do for them.
She's doing a lot of nothing, yeah.
Yeah, it's also in the backpack, so it ain't gonna do shit. At least for now.
What a power play. She eats the cheese right now. Oh no, she just drops on the floor.
Just kill it.
This is one of those games though where I think when you compare like an aspiring I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna say like aspiring tier 1 team. I think Nouns is kind of on that fringe where like they are realistically like it depends on what your tier levels are, right? For NA they're tier 1. We'll go with that one. Anyway, so I think
they're definitely tier 1 in NA.
They're tier 1 at NA, and I think they're like tier 2 international, right? They're kind of, that's a respectable way to analyze it. But I feel like Nouns, like you said, like as soon as the game got difficult, they had that team talk of this is how to win, do it. And each player knew exactly what they needed to do without having to like over communicate the purpose, right? Like, why am I skipping this way? Why am I playing here, right? It was like natural. And I kind of feel like Team Dubu, they kind of overfilled their logic of, guys, we got the second Aegis, we can do it. And then one guy's like, defend this wave, do this, do that. And there's so much like noise probably happening in what they want to do that like the itemization, the way they played the map, like it didn't align. Like when I look at Magnus, this Lotus was really cool for them winning the game. As soon as the game gets hard, he needs a BKB. But then he opted for an 8th
his game
and a
just
4-star.
kind of... Yeah. I mean, it's reflecting in the net worth. His game went into the trash can. Because he ain't got no net worth anymore. Like, his items were... Like, if they execute properly, you know, his build's going to be cool and dandy. But the moment that the game like, kind of stalls out or even pivots in the other direction, like now he's going to... I mean, he's regretting it at this point. There's no way he's going to get into any fight properly or even nicely without this BKB. Like, Yuma's even got a Wind Waker, which I feel like is a really cool item choice on this Alk. He can get himself out if anyone... Like, we've talked about it, right? There needs to be some RP skewer and maybe bring them into the TA. Like, this Wind Waker alone can, like, fully stop that entire play from happening.
Just, who is he really jumping on? Because like, you got BKB on the Wyvern, BKB on the Storm, the Alk, the Centaur. Like, if you jump for techies, the fight's probably not going too well for you if you're the mag, right? And
yeah.
It is going to be incredibly difficult for them. Of course, you need to respect that maybe the fountain comes into play in these types of games, right? The skewers back, the over-aggression from Nouns, the excited nature to try and win the game, get themselves to the grand finals, get another rematch against Shopify. Janssen, he's currently in the low ground there. He blinks into the middle of all of them, has the BKB. They do have a sentry still lingering to be able to click that storm for one or too many times, but nice ultimate there from the Nature's Prophet to apply the root. And already
he's got no BKB now.
How are they going to fight?
He needs to get the fuck out.
They need to leave. Everyone needs to run away. Dubu's dead. Kunkka's dead. Everyone's dead. This is not a fight. This is a scrap. This is a... they've lost all their timings. They can't do anything. They're just so tanky on Nouns.
I mean, this is some like 500 damage Winter Wyvern also hitting you in the fight, who's constantly on 1,000 range with some alacrity. Janssen's gonna have to chill.
Oh,
he ain't got no BKB left. Yeah.
This has been a rough Magnus game.
Oh wait, he's got the buyback hold. We're gonna see another Yule soon.
Blink
when
up
his
in 4
next blink is up.
That's about it. Oh, open the shop, close the shop. There's no item that Radiant can buy, I promise you, to get themselves back in this game right now.
I feel like Yuma's trying to toy with them to get jumped.
Oh, he's teasing him so much. Will he connect? Will he do it? The Ancients is going to die? But come on, give us one thing, Speed. Come on. Okay.
No.
No.
Honestly, I think he had enough.
Yeah.
From those 8 fights before where he goes in, dies, or like misses a skewer, or gets Yuled. It's yeah. I feel like this is the type of game. If you're any player on Radiant, you know that you did really well, and you feel like that this is kind of... Like, these are the games that you need to win. You put yourself in, like, such a good position, you can't really drop the ball. So the only thing you can hope for is, honestly, that you learn from this loss. Because they did play very well until, like, what, maybe minute 25? I think then it's just kind of... The game slowed down. They missed, like, 1 or 2 crucial plays, and then... All of their games, apart from the TAs, I feel like it just straight up died.
it was like they did all this work to get themselves into a decent position, and then it just kind of crumbled away. And I think that does happen quite a lot with
It does.
most of these games. I think like it was really commendable. I'm gonna keep it on that scoreboard, right? So it's easier to talk about. But it's like I feel like they did a really good job in the early game with how they kind of positioned their heroes, like the fights they were taking, right? Like you got like 1-1-10 Kunkka, TA's entering the fight. Like everyone's like entering the fight for Radiant. And you know, Storm's like he's got nothing, right? Like he's got what? No Midas at minute 18 coming into play. You got like Winter Wyvern only mage there. Like the game looks pretty promising, but it is going to be a matter of like you load up that one replay, you find that like kind of one moment. It's like, why did we do this? And they could basically need to find that and fix on that problem, because it really feels like one or two major shot calls put them in a very losing position. And I still think this game's hard for them if they go high ground. It's not simple for TA by herself to go into the entirety of Nouns. So but they never gave themselves a chance to showcase their high ground, right? It was always just kind of map play rather than let's be decisive.
I mean, it's like the more you play, or like one of the highest skills I think is when you know or you can analyze the situation on, instead of going back, you can go forward, or like when enemy goes split push mode. Okay, is your answer we need to find them on the map? Or B, maybe you can just go straight high ground, or maybe you do like a mix of both. You know, your TA +1, they stay aggro on the map, 1 or 2, they kind of go back on the map and like they try to hunt for people. Because I mean, you mentioned it in the game, I feel like they kind of did like an in between. You know, like maybe 5 chefs in the kitchen who are trying to say like we need to do this, we need to do that. Yeah, I think there's no clear voice. Where instead for Nouns, they were far behind, didn't look too good. I'm sure someone spoke up. They said, guys, let's chill, play the map. They got 1 or 2 big openings, and suddenly they're the ones in the driver's seat, and now the game's easy.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a rematch of Nouns vs Shopify, and the game ended quick, so I'm guessing we have time. We can go to break whenever, but I will just ask you. Another rematch. Of course, Nouns won a different qualifier earlier this week, and now we get to see another rematch, but Shopify beat Nouns in this tournament, so we finally got to see Shopify win against Nouns. Yeah. Do you think we're in that kind of phase where Shopify will inevitably become the #1 seed again in North America? Or do you think that this current roster is more aligned to like equal to a Nouns? Because I'm personally, I think they're kind of even, Nouns Shopify. I don't think there's any room for either to kind of suddenly be insanely better than the other. I do feel like both rosters are very even, but I want to get your thoughts on that before we...
I think it's a lot more... I feel like NA used to be this type of thing where there was like this one kind of godlike team, with the old EG and then Shopify. I think now with everything that's going on, they... quote unquote lost Fly, like he's somewhere else. I think like having just like a bigger captain in one of these, I would say like middle-ish teams, and like kind of bring them up, have some of this new blood. I think it's more even than before. But I would say that Shopify are like the kind of team that they just kind of suck it up sometimes. I think they've had a bit of time to also adjust, right? We can't forget they're also pretty much a new team. Yeah. There's only Saberman, he's still there, Arteezy is there, but like Yopaj and Kitrak and Theolicor, like they're all new in this team. I think they've had some time to adjust. So I think maybe Spotify they're back. I feel like they're my favorites for this upcoming match.
Ooh, okay, all right. Well, that's it from us. Thank you for watching this. I'm gonna say scuffed
amazing cast.
Amazing cast,
amazing.
Of course.
Call
the
it
double
what it
analyst cast. Me and Kezu, of course, both of us are analysts normally. So yeah, we got through it. I don't think it was the worst. I think observing got a little bit better. I'm sorry for North America that I wasn't
that they had to watch this.
Yeah, but again, I think it also follows into the play as well, right? I think Speed Magnus was a little bit quirky now and again. My observing was a little bit quirky now and again. So
it all goes hand in hand.
Yeah, it mirrors beautifully. But no,
exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna now throw it to a splash screen, and then we'll probably change casters. Well, we will change casters. That isn't a thing, and then we'll be moving to the grand finals in a little bit, because of course there's a little bit of time between this one and the last one. This series did end quickly, so thank you everyone for watching. That was Kezu, this is me, T Governor, blah blah blah, cool, love you all, blah, bye, have fun, see ya, this is the one I'm gonna press and play.